everyone. Today I have a very special guest on my podcast. His name is Akbar, and he basically, in a nutshell, and I've been following him for quite a number of years, and you guys know I'm quite picky with who I follow, but he has helped 8 funnels hit 7 figures. Now that's pretty amazing. Now he's a father, and he knows all about, fatherhood and all of the beautiful things that goes along with being a successful entrepreneur as well. And he also concentrates on orphans and helping them basically with the gift of vision. And they do community centers around the world. So he's very big on volunteering, and his mission is to create massive impact in the world through coaching. And he believes that people earn more money they can actually give to their families and communities and their favorite charities. So his biggest thing is to basically make an impact in this world and make this world a better place.
Thanks. Really appreciate being here. Yeah, just just a couple of small things. I should volunteer more. I don't volunteer enough. I really don't volunteer much at all. I guess I do a little bit, but need to do more of that. And so we have helped blind people get the gift of vision by paying for their eye surgeries. Not necessarily orphans. We've helped separately orphans. These days, where our concentration is really on funding the construction of community centers actually around the world. So man, giving is definitely one of the main reasons we do what we do. Is our whole movement is make more, give more.
That is really beautiful. How did that inspire you? Like, how did this whole, because there has to be a backstory that inspired you to do this, right? What is that backstory?
I mean, it's interesting. I mean, there were a few parts to it, and frankly, I don't necessarily remember all of them. The part I do remember is when my accountant emailed me and they were like, "We need to talk." I was like, "What?" And they're like, "Hey man, it was an accountant that dealt with other people online, internet entrepreneurs and stuff."
Yeah.
They're like, "Hey man, we're pretty proud of you. Like, you seem to donate a good amount." And we're like, no, like you got to redo the numbers. Like we only do about like 10% of gross. They're like, no, we got the numbers right. No one else really does that. And I was just like, when they said that, it was like a punch to the stomach and in the throat at the same time. I'm like, really? Okay.
Yeah.
They just don't know then. They don't know that that's the key to living is giving. They don't know that's like the secret. So then it really just became the mission to like spread that word because people just didn't know about it. And I did for whatever reason. So that's really kind of partly where it came from.
Yeah, that's beautiful. How did you grow up as a child? Did you grow up with entrepreneurial parents? Did you, can you tell us a little bit?
Very much so. I come from a very entrepreneurial family.
Okay.
I come from generations of entrepreneurs actually.
Nice.
All dating back to Africa. So that's I grew up very much so in an entrepreneurial house where we talked about business on the dinner table.
That's really awesome though. Do you think that your parents inspired you to do what you do today?
Inspire is one word. I didn't really have much of a choice, I mean, like, no, I'm not saying anything negative by any stretch of the imagination, but it was always kind of just like ingrained in us, like entrepreneurship. So it's almost just like kind of like we just knew we would be that because that's kind of just how we were raised.
Yes.
So it was just that way, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I do. I'm looking at your achievements behind you, and I think it's just absolutely amazing what you've achieved, in your journey so far.
Don't give me all the credit. These are all clients.
That's amazing. And you really make an impact in this world. You really strive to. Yeah. Well, I think you do more than just try. I think you really do. What is basically with looking at your, because obviously you've done multiple funnels that have made 7 figures and helping clients to achieve that. What is the type of businesses that you've built funnels for or helped them to achieve that?
We're a business coach, and honestly, at the end of the day, if a business is not doing well, it's because the fundamentals are broken. Yes. So honestly, we've helped all different businesses from all around the world. E-com, real estate, coaching, consulting. Nice. My good God, all different types of stuff. Yeah. Because it doesn't really matter. Business is business. At the end of the day, in business, you need sales, marketing, mindset, website, funnel, traffic, So that's what we help people rock.
Yes, I like that. So with this show, this specifically this season, so with my podcast, I do different seasons with different, like the previous season 8 was about growing and scaling. This season is about specifically the experts and what makes them an expert. So what is your expertise, and what's that one thing, or even 2 or 3 things that you think makes you an expert in what you do?
I got to be honest with you, right? I mean, it's a very interesting concept, expert.
Yep.
You see, it's like I'm at my office right now. My sister is an HR person, human resources. She's not a real estate expert by any stretch of the imagination. She doesn't have any real estate. She never bought any real estate. She's not a real estate expert by any stretch of the imagination. However, and I'm going on I'm about to walk on a thin line here, so bear with me.
Yeah.
He came to my office, and it's a nice office, and it's a nice office by design. It's on the lake. It's got high ceilings, floor-to-ceiling windows, cement floors, blah 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 blah. And it's not cheap. And my sister said, "Why do you?" And I've been paying rent here for years. And my sister says, "Why are you paying all this money in rent? You can literally buy a house, and your mortgage payment will be the same amount. You can work. You could turn that into your office."
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here, and I'm not the smartest guy in the world, but I'm also not dumb. And I'm sitting here like, like I never thought about that. And so my point is, I'm a coach. A lot of what coaching has to do is being a different perspective, being someone on the outside who's intelligent, who can see things that you can't. For example, it's like I'll go to a business and I'll be like, dude, like, what are you charging? Okay, that's ridiculous. You need to double your prices. And they're like, really? I can do that? They don't know what they don't know. And I've just been around the block for a while. You know what I mean? I've been doing this for years. I grew up in business, so I know business. So to me, coaching is just you take those two worlds. It's when these two worlds meet. We're all on the same journey. I'm just further along because I've been doing it longer. Okay, so so if I meet someone who's been doing it for less time, or they've been stuck, maybe they've had a flat tire, and they just haven't moved from that part of their journey, and they come and we meet in the same room. My perspective is just different because I see what you can't see. Just like you might be you might be a great fitness person, and you might join me at the gym, and everything I'm doing might be completely wrong. You might be, hey dude, switch your thumbs from up to down. But wow, what a big difference. You know what I mean? Hey, do your push-up this way instead of this way. I'm like, oh my God, wow. I've been doing push-ups wrong all these years. And that's the case with everybody. They're doing things wrong over and over again. So when someone comes who's figured out a better way, it's like, wow, everything changes. So powerful. And that's what coaching is. And that's something that I really geek out about. It's one of my favorite parts about coaching because it's just it's a very natural process. I find it very elegant, very clean. Now, in order for it to work well, you got to work with coachable people.
Yes.
And that's the key, which is not always the easiest thing in the world to find. But that hopefully that is that kind of answers the question a little bit.
There's this perception out there, and you probably know this firsthand, that when people see, like, if they just start out their journey in entrepreneurship, they think, oh, it's so easy. That guy's made a few $1 million and I'm just going to get there. And I just think it's easy. They don't always necessarily consider the challenges that goes with being successful and actually creating a career for yourself. What has been your biggest challenge on your journey to success?
It's a very personal problem, really. I mean, my biggest challenge has never been anything technical. I don't think. I'm not a technical guy. I'm not a techie guy. I think my biggest challenge has always been, the gift and the curse, right? It's just like, what's next? What's next? What's next? Like, you get to a point where it's cool. Like, we're always giving out trophies to clients, right? We're always giving out every month. We're giving out trophies, and and sometimes you question yourself, like, what am I doing in my life? Like, okay, I gave out trophies. That's cool. Okay, we're helping some people give. That's cool. But it's just like, sometimes it's just gets to a point where it's just not enough.
Yes.
You're like, I want more. And then sometimes like, well, dude, you know what? Like, what's and I do understand very clearly what our purpose on this earth is. Um, I guess more specifically to answer your question, my biggest struggle personally has been focus.
Okay.
Definitely get shiny object syndrome.
Yes.
I'm big into like crypto and NFTs right now, which is a huge shiny object for sure. Focus, discipline, even though I am, more disciplined than most, but focus and discipline is easily, two, I have many issues, but the two of my biggest ones maybe.
I actually did a season on my podcast a couple of seasons ago to help entrepreneurial parents to control the chaos. And obviously, a big part of that was focus and discipline and things like that, because it's really hard, especially as a parent. How do you juggle being a parent and being a successful business owner?
Family first. It's always family first. I don't like, I'm the kind of guy, I love working. Like, I don't have, like, truthfully, the way I've set up my business, I don't really have to work that much, to be honest. And I don't mean, and I don't say that to like show off or anything like that. It's just the way it is. I mean, I've been doing it for a long time.
You've worked up to it. You've worked up to being at that point.
We've worked really, really hard.
Yes.
But I love working, dude. I come here every day. I drive here, or I take an Uber every day by choice.
Yeah.
It's funny sometimes when I think about that, it's trippy. It's like, but it is always family first. Like my wife, if I have a doctor's appointment, okay, cool, I'll come with you. Or my kids got something going on, okay, cool, let's go do that. Like if it's something important. Like yesterday, kids were off from school. I stayed with them. So it's always family first. It's interesting. Other entrepreneurs, you see, I enjoy spending time with my wife and my kids. My kids are a little nuts. I can't spend like all day with them in like true transparency because they're just absolutely maniacs. I mean, I love them to bits and pieces, but I mean, I don't have.
I get that. 100%. Yes.
Yeah. Some people are going to say I'm an animal for saying that, but it's just the truth of the matter. They're just at that age where it's like,
it's full on.
You need a break. You need a little bit of a break.
Full on. I get that. Yeah.
Yeah. Some people are gonna say I'm the worst human being in the world for saying that, but it's just the truth of the matter. But I love spending time with my wife. So if she calls and she's like, "Hey, let's do lunch," we're gonna do it. Like I don't like.
Yeah.
It's just gonna happen. So for me, it's God. Number one's God. Number two is family. Number three is business.
Yes.
So I mean, I have a respectable sized business. It's a 7-figure business, but I mean, one of the reasons it's not bigger is because I'm just trying to help people out and like teach them a lesson. It's because like it's not my everything. Do you know what I mean? There's more to my life than this.
Yeah. No, definitely. I like that.
So that I can spend this much time living the good life.
Yeah.
And we all get caught up, including myself, dude. I'm not innocent by any stretch of the imagination here, but we all get caught up in like in worldly stuff, like a lot of stuff. Like, I mean, lately I've been like really heavy into like crypto. You know what I mean? And it's like a lot of this stuff could be a big distraction. You know what I mean? So I mean, it's good to remember what we're doing here, and it's good to kind of reflect on that, and to have I think what's important is balance. We all got to make a living. Nothing wrong with money. Nothing wrong with making a lot of money, by the way. Make more, give more. But there should be a balance. There should be a balance.
I like that balance because I think if your balance is broken, it's like your energies doesn't align, right? It's just, I completely agree with you on that.
Yeah.
So like I mentioned in the beginning, this podcast is for people that either want to start a business or they have a business, but they're stuck. That's like, what advice would you have for somebody that is in that situation?
The truth of the matter is, like, if you're stuck, right? Talking about stuck people. I mean, even I myself have plateaued at 6 figures a month. Here's my experience. You have to be somebody radically different than you are today if you're looking for success, right? So for example, maybe the you right now starts working in the afternoon. Well, maybe you need to start working in the morning. Maybe the you right now doesn't have a coach. Well, you need to get a coach. Maybe the you right now has had the same messaging that hasn't converted for a long time. Well, it needs to have a different messaging. things need to change. One of the definitions of insanity is do the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result.
Yeah.
So, for example's sake, oh man, I'm still, like I just had a physical today. And you want to know something? Like I weigh the same as I did last year. Now I've lost a lot of weight, but I'm not at my peak. And why is that? Nothing changed since last year. I'm still have the same diet, still have the same exercise routine. Nothing's changed. Exact like measurements, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, it's pretty on paper. It's pretty simple, right?
Yeah.
It's just like you got to be totally different, like starting now. So it's kind of like sit down and have that moment, like, okay, I got to like totally be completely different. I got to operate completely differently than I usually do, and it's like literally map that out. You understand what I'm saying? It's like,
yeah,
okay, we got to do this to the offer. We got to do this to the funnel. We got to do this to the traffic. Something very different than what you do. But the key is to really, I think, fundamentally stick to one thing at a time and to really get that thing right.
Yeah.
That's really highly what I recommend. And yeah, the key is you got to be, completely, you got to do something completely different than what you're doing right now.
Yeah, I like that. That's good advice. And the one thing is really key. Where can people find you? What can you offer them as far as coaching goes or business?
Listen, I have a very clean model. I mean, we've been doing this for years. Collectively, we've helped our clients make, millions, tens and tens of millions of dollars. I have a lot of experience and a lot of thoughts, and I'm not greedy. And I love, and I actually naturally like sharing. I've always been that way. So I have like a WhatsApp group. And I just give every week, a couple of times, I just give like big aha nuggets, like big nuggets that'll make you think about things totally differently. I mean, I've just had conversations with people and they've come back to me a year later and said, dude, that conversation helped me make $1 million. And it's totally true. It happens, when you talk to someone who's further down the journey. So I actually have a WhatsApp group. You can actually join it. It's insane. There's no catch. I just want a lot of people in there, make a beautiful community, make people make more to give more. It's only $99. It's insane. I just made it affordable for everybody for the first time because like I'm pretty high ticket because I'm, everyone's good at something and we're pretty good at this. So we charge accordingly. But I'm like, dude, you know what? I want something for everybody because every entrepreneur deserves to make more, give more. So that's what it is. And if you want to get that, you want to learn more about it, you just go to my website, akbarsheikh.com and /99, I think. And that's it. That's the best way to get in my world.
That's awesome. I really like that. There you guys go. Get some golden nuggets for $99 a month. I think that's a really good deal. Thank you so much for this. This has been amazing. I really appreciate your time. I've been wanting to interview you for quite a long time on my podcast. So I'm feeling very blessed that you've been here. So thank you very much.
That's my honor.
And we will upload this probably in the next couple of weeks. So thank you so much.
Beautiful, guys. Go out there and make more to give more. Peace.
Cheers.